when last we left our heroes. You all had arranged with the time you had with the Brightwoad Coven for an amount of time to elapse between you all and Clint Betherin, the target of Ezra's trauma. All of you felt that same ire, fear, dread, and finally, retribution as this individual was felled. Each of you now feel somewhat cleaner, but the vileness of this man stretches out, even in death. You now see a pool of acid where once there was a man. You can see that nothing remains except for a couple of magical grenades, what looks to be an iron flask, and some small stones, 3 of them in total.
Does the iron flask have any defining characteristics?
Well, go pick it up and find out.
All right, I shall approach the flask and examine it.
As you do so, you look across the iron flask. I'll have you roll me an Arcana check.
Interesting. That's an 8.
What you immediately notice is that there are some strange markings all along these bands, and I don't believe that your feat gives you, like, the ability to read, just the ability to understand all spoken language, yes.
Yeah, and
so,
anything that understands a spoken language understands me.
Yes, you can see that there are runes etched all over this. But other than that, you can't make out much. You're guessing it's magic, but...
It doesn't have, like, a name engraved on it or, like,
No.
property of Clint?
Mm-mm.
Too bad. Well, his flask survived. Would I put 2 and 2 together with the fact that the magical grenade survived, that there might be a magical effect on it, even if I don't understand what it is?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, from that inference, like, and that's why I said, like, you're guessing it is magic because of that. Like, it's not like iron doesn't get... Well, I guess you wouldn't know. With the type of acid, maybe iron does go dissolved, or maybe doesn't. You're not sure.
I'm not the acid expert. Well, actually, I do spit it, though.
You do?
But, I'll kind of hold it up and be like, looks like this survived. Anyone want to take a look at it?
I think
magical.
Ezra currently is in the necklace, making sure that things between the Tyrannics as well as Umber goes totally smoothly. And so far it seems good.
Isn't Abe also in the necklace with me? I thought he said he was following
I don't think I've
behind.
jumped in just yet.
Okay.
I believe that you did say you were going to, though. Like,
I was going to, but then you described the flask.
I'd be happy to take a look at the flask.
All right.
I'll hand off the flask and then hop into the necklace.
Yep, a black dragon grabs hold of it, unless Apple's going to go back to his other form. But you don't have to.
Nah, I don't need to just yet.
Nah, you don't need to. So you
Arcana.
grab it, you sit up on your hind legs and start examining it. Yes, Arcana check.
fiddling around with it, my big old dragon claws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little bit awkward with how large your claws are. With an 18, some of the runes are draconic. Mostly the meaning you get from them is sealed. Just a lot of runes for like a type of enchantment that would be a sealing type. Like it is trying to keep something held within is what you get the gist of.
Am I able to tell if there is still something in there or if it was released?
Right now the cap is on it. Whether there is something in there or not, you are not sure. You don't know whether he had it empty or full. There is not an indicator that you can see that tells you otherwise.
What if I rattle it around a little bit?
You rattle it around.
Like Christmas morning.
But I will say, with a roll higher than a 15, you understand that magic like this, it's not necessarily a physical holding device. It's more of a, this thing sucks something into it, and then it's in its own little demi-plane.
So what you're saying is it's a Pokeball.
Essentially, yes. And whether it's occupied at the moment or not, you don't know.
I would like to... I'm going to hold on to it. I am also going to return to turtle form.
Okay. You return to turtle form. Let me get you there.
Please and thank you.
You are welcome as soon as I get there. Pop and pop. There you are.
Thank you.
Yes. No problem. All right. You have examined the iron flask. You could examine more if you would like to, but I believe, Abraham, did you already bamf into the pendant?
Yeah, I basically just passed it off and
Okay,
called
and jumped in.
attention to the fact that it may be magical.
Yes.
And then just popped in.
As you do so, what you catch is that this Tyrannix is walking softly. We'll start off like while it was in motion. Because you basically went over, picked this up, and we all know how fast you are. You went over, picked up, said, oh, this looks kind of like it is maybe magic, and then passed it off to the next person and jumped in. Probably took about 4 seconds, maybe 6. So...
Neat.
Yeah.
Just goes about my business.
Yeah, exactly. And Ezra has like started to walk off, but a lot of the same things happen. Like she already has gone and found Umber. Has basically told him like you don't need to be afraid of anything, or this creature is friendly. And this thing is walking gingerly, but with each footstep, you and Ezra both, and you're in about the same vicinity, can feel the earth shake. At the moment, you do not see Chala. But this creature does come in close, like, make sure to lower itself to look like less of a threat, and just gives, like, a forward motion, almost, to Umber. Like, not in any way entering his space, but, like, just inviting him to get closer, if you would like to.
Yeah, I will I'll head to wherever Ezra's at. Try to
Yes.
regroup.
Yeah. I would say that you basically got down there before the Tyrannix even did. Like you're already there.
Sweet.
And I believe Emma is cooking at the moment, isn't she?
Yes.
Yes, I thought so. I mean, other than that invitation, I mean, Umber doesn't look. I mean, he's on alert, but I wouldn't even say like he's on edge. He understands that this creature is not like full on attacking. He saw it come in behind Ezra. Like he's already on the better side of things. Do you want to attempt to see where Chala is or perceive her in any way?
Sure. I guess I'll take a look around.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that perception.
21.
With a 21, I'll go ahead and roll hers. Of course, it will be with advantage.
I would say 2 DM.
Yeah.
As I'm here, like, I would pick up the beads and the grenades before we get bamped out of here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, we
you,
were gonna look at those stones.
Yeah, you grab those 2 grenades. You already kind of understand what they do because you were hit by one. And yes, the 3 stones. If you want to, you do have time to like look over them. But real quick, I will do the Chala thing. Just resolve that real quick. Where is she at? Right there. The character list is getting a little bit ridiculous. I kind of wish that they'd.
What? What do you mean?
I think
You only have to like.
I have definitely like over 100, probably over 150. Like it's a big freaking list now. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Advantage, because she is trying to stay hidden. It will be there. Oh, no. Yeah, you don't see her.
Yeah, I don't imagine she's fond of the company.
I mean, you already knew that she didn't like Umber. Him coming back in this form, like much larger than he was, probably didn't help. And now there's another big scary thing. So, yeah, we'll see how that all unfolds. But to bring it focus back into the sanctum of Bahazax, you grab a hold of those 3 stones. You could also do an Arcana check on them if you would like.
Sure. I heard Arcana check.
And yes, we can definitely do an ad read after we leave this location. That is totally fine.
I heard Arcana check.
Yes. Go ahead and roll it. It's going to be 3 separate times for these stones.
Okay.
Actually, you could probably just give them 1 if you want to. I'll leave it up to you.
Tell me to do.
Let's do that. You've seen something like these before. These are all of like different make and design. Like one of it is in obsidian, one is in like almost a gold nugget, and one is in like a sapphire. These each are sending stones. You don't know to who, but they are sending stones.
Interesting. And where were these?
They were just on the remains of Clint. So like in the pool of acid.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Acid, for not destroying these.
Yes, things that are magic don't get easily destroyed.
I missed it. Are Abe and Ezra out of the Pokeball?
Not yet.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go over to these goofballs. I found a few sending stones in the pool of acid. That used to be, well, you know.
Hold on to him.
No,
I don't
I was
fucking
like,
want
they're
him.
small enough.
Whatever.
You can put them in your pocket.
Hold on to him. I don't want him.
Thanks for letting us
Definitely
know.
write
Right,
it
Mike
down on your
Bell.
character sheet so that you don't forget that they exist.
Why don't you
right.
give him
right.
the
What-
snack?
Colors are they
Good track of them.
They're obsidian, golden nugget, and sapphire.
Might as well give her the grenades too.
Oh, great. At least I'll know what
We-
these.
We can divvy it up later.
That's true. You said it was 2 acid grenades?
At least
Ah.
6.
So it was 2 grenades. They are not acid. They were.
Oh, they're not acid?
No. They were the same
Okay.
coloration that you saw him throw at you all earlier. They're like a tiny starlit sky held within a golden banded glass ball.
What did they do again? I don't remember.
So when he threw them at you, they did very much the same amount of damage as your grenades do, but they were force damage. And if you failed the saving throw, let me. They diffuse magic. So, you'd have to identify them to know that. To know exactly what they do. But you
Right.
felt some, for those who can cast magic, you felt some of your power get limited by them.
Okay. And there's 2 of them, right?
There are 2, yes.
2 more?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so Apple, are you giving me these stones, or are you keeping?
I'm keeping them. I just need to
Okay.
know what the colors are again. I am just blanking, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gold,
Obsidian.
What was the other one?
Golden nugget.
Yep.
And sapphire.
There it is. Thank you.
Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Since Emma has returned,
Apple has.
we will shift to them real quick just to hopefully resolve what is happening inside of the pendant. Right now, the Tyrannix is just kind of leaning himself in, and being not submissive, but very soft in his approach. And right now, Umber is not on edge, just kind of watching him, and you can see his ears are pricked up, and he is alert, just not on edge. So, Chala is nowhere to be seen.
I mean, Umber is way bigger than him, isn't he?
No, he is actually smaller.
Is he smaller?
Yep.
Oh, did Umber shrink back down?
He did not, but he is still smaller than this thing is by a couple of, I'd say about a person's height.
Okay, so they're still pretty comparable. Though.
Yeah. They're very comparable. It's just that this thing is definitely bigger by a little bit.
And Abe hasn't seen Chala at all either?
No, he tried to do a perception check and didn't see her. If you'll look at the stealth, it was a 30.
Oh, Jesus, she rolled a natural 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she found a nice little dim lit place and is hiding there where it might be.
Well, I have a feeling she's not going to cause a problem.
Oh,
Since it's
yeah,
cute.
that's not
Way
the.
smaller than them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Abe, have you told our new friend that Chala exists here somewhere as well? I don't think he can understand me, but
Oh yeah, there's a cat around, so try not to step on them, I guess.
I understand. Could I get a description of this animal?
I will relay the description of Chala.
Beautiful.
A big red cat.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You.
A little bit ill-tempered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Takes a little bit to warm up to new people.
or honestly never does.
I'm gonna roll a perception for him real quick.
Ooh, let's see if he passes the 30.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He is tall.
Yes, yes. What you do notice on this creature, by the way, on either side of its face, it has like 3 orange glowing eyes, and in the center of its head, between its horns that curl up and around it, is this like greenish. It looks kind of like an eye, though it doesn't seem to move. And we'll go ahead and roll that.
AJ, are you watching something right now? We can hear it.
Who are dealing with low income as well as diet-related chronic diseases. The unique thing about Dakota Food RX is that, unlike other produce prescription programs in the state, it's connecting.
I felt like it got louder after you said that.
I felt too.
It did get louder.
I was like, wait a second, did he turn it up? Just spicy?
Oh, that's funny.
Cutting-edge research in nutrition and health equity, along with the extension and really serving.
It didn't roll the best either.
So what I'm investigating in my
They still rolled
laboratory
well.
It did.
Still 21.
It did.
About as likely as me.
And something that
incredible.
you notice is that that greenish thing on the top of his head emits like a pulse almost, and you do feel the ground vibrate just a little bit. She must be keeping very still. I can't sense her at the moment, but I should be able to feel her if she does move.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you not stepping on her. I really promised her that this was going to be a more comfortable fit, but it's been getting a little bit more crowded in here.
Well, Umber isn't typically in here. It's just kind of when we're traveling.
You watch as he's just taking in the space. Like he is listening to you. You can tell he like gives a little bit of a jostle to his head when you are all finished talking, but
Do you know what he eats, Ape?
No, I mean, they told me that it would be provided. I haven't had to figure out what Chala eats. Also, it's probably meat, let's be honest.
Well, you should let him know that food will be provided.
Yeah, food will be provided for you. I hope that this is comfortable enough to, like, get you out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Ezra and be like, I'm the biggest fan of hanging out in here.
It's very cool, honestly.
Well, I know, it's just I'm curious about what's happening outside, though. I can't actually get out without being summoned, right?
I mean, I'll check the rules of the.
Is it just laying on the
Slowly.
ground?
I believe that they handed it
Okay,
off to somebody. Yeah, I think Ishmael
has
had it.
Ishmael's on a power
Uh-oh.
trip.
Magic items. Okay, let me see. Where is the frickin' there? Silver split place.
You're a robot, Steven.
What was that, Steven? You were a robot.
I was gonna release you when we teleport back, which should be like soon.
So yeah,
good.
We're only here for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to be outside of the pendant, yes, you have to be released by a person who is outside.
You guys are having a moment. I don't know if I don't want to mess it up.
You don't know what we're doing in there.
So
I have no idea.
So here's the thing. At the bottom of the pendant, it does list that if you want to look at someone who is, or something that is inside of the pendant, then you may try and focus your mind on that individual, and they will show in the face of the gem that is at its center. But
I would like to look for my rook.
you look for who?
My rook, right? My flying mount. I forget what it's
Oh,
called. Isn't it a rook?
your rock. You look inside, and
Is it a rook or a rock?
it is a rock. ROC.
Rolls lawyer.
You don't need to rules lawyer this. It is ROC, not ROOC. But thank you.
English lawyer.
Steven's like, tomato.
You can call it a rook. I don't care, but I will always refer to it as a rock. So
Rock. Wait, is he in there too?
I never heard. I don't remember hearing Ishmael do it, but I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if he wanted to
I
keep it
also
in,
don't remember that. I was like, wait, what?
yeah, no, I
So
never
famous.
remember
I wouldn't
that.
have just
happening.
left him like circling the city somewhere.
I mean, you could have left him with the
Hard-
Boros, but yeah, I don't think we ever talked about it. I'm fine with it just being wrapped into the. Oh, we did things before we left,
That's
like
more of a menagerie.
yeah, why not? Right now it is perched up on one of the like shard trees that are just populating this silver planescape.
Beautiful.
Yes. So, it is keeping watch up above. Pretty easily seen. It's not trying to stealth. It doesn't need to. It is high above everyone else and feels safe. Yeah. So that's what you see, your rock just perched. Is there anything else you would like to do?
On everyone else. I'll
Okay.
spy on everyone else.
Yes, you look at each one individually because it is not. I mean, if you brought a, idea of each person together, you could look at them all at the same time. Yeah, you do see just them meeting. The Tyrannix panning his head across the environment. No signs of a struggle or anything. You do see that Abraham and Ezra currently are talking back and forth to each other, though you cannot hear their conversation. They do seem to be like gesturing generally to like out in the open air, whether that's outside the pendant or just their space around them. You can't tell.
Well, no one's dying in there, so
Yeah.
feel comfortable about it.
All right.
But I will when we do teleport out, just in case I'm not by my phone, I will bring the Ezra and Abraham out.
Well, yes, that was the next step, because as you all are waiting around in this space, unless anybody else wants to do anything else, we are just going to have you all get vacuumed out of this space and brought back to, of course I need to, get rid of these. Oh, come here. You sons of guns. There, there, and up, and I brought you all into the other space, and I brought the dead along with me. The word. Okay.
LOL.
Anyway, bring y'all here.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Hey, I'm drawing now. I don't want to do that. All right. Everybody is back in the realm of the Bright Coven.
We in here
That's
twice.
great
I see
news,
two sets
Torin.
of us.
Great news.
You see two
Yo,
sets
Al-
because I see one set. And I'm missing Ezra and Abraham.
You know what else is great news? Everyone
Sure.
tuning in to
Segue.
listen to the Green Room. I am so glad that you guys are all here today. Thank you for joining us again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And here's today's sponsor for this session. Is your dog just sitting around while you roll for initiative? Well, not anymore. Introducing Bark and Roll Dice, the perfect dice for your furry adventurer. Whether your dog is a wizard casting Bark Missile or your howling dog bard is performing the legendary Song of Squirrels, these dice are chew-proof, awesome, and sure to unleash your dog's inner hero. So let your pup roll with the pack and sniff out their destiny with Bark and Roll. Every roll is a bona fide tail-wagging adventure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, AJ.
Hey, no problem, guys.
Loaded with puns.
Honestly, freaking gorgeous. Loved every
I
minute of
asked
it.
it for more puns 4 times.
Oh, that's great.
But let's not let the fun stop there, everybody. Let's get back to the session.
Beautiful.
Don't forget to subscribe for more content from the Green Room.
Beautiful.
AJ, I swear you have the perfect voice.
You really do.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And thank you. With
I
that,
feel like our fans are gonna be like, "What about all the cat lovers?"
Maybe I'll have an ad
Next
for later in the
yeah,
episode.
who knows? A new line.
knows?
Ad tea.
2 ads in 1 episode.
Oh, okay. With that, Ezra and Abraham can be back in this space. I will let you grab your characters and drag them in. But Vahazax would start by saying, "Oh, now there's 2 sets of you. What the heck? Why?"
2 snacks. 2 snacks.
Trying to show you that at the top there's all of us again.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, if you go up to the top of the
you
map,
are
we're all
not
here.
wrong. Goodbye.
So I was like, well, I'll just bring both of myself.
That's
down
so
here
weird.
he can see me.
That is so weird.
And,
Okay, well, sure. Okay. I don't think I hit
Double.
paste twice, but whatever.
There's only one prince.
There must
Princess
be
Lodge.
like some up in the freaking corner now too. I don't
One to
wherever.
rule them all.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Vahazax would start by saying, "Well, hello to you all once more. I see that you have dealt quite handily with that individual.
Feels good to have him gone. I'd say it was worth 10 years. She kind of says with a little chuckle.
Well, I'm glad that you feel rewarded for what you have given. If you would like anything else, you may ask it now, but you are free to do as you wish, either staying here or finding your own path.
We could go back to the ask for a lift back to the 10th district. Meet with the Demir, and then set out.
Well, I
after
could
longer.
after a long rest at least, teleport us.
It's true.
I will remind you that the price for my helping comes at the cost of your
Our
life.
teleportation will be fine.
So, yes, I was about to say.
I think I know the why am I spacing the name? Celestia Conclave one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were like, we might have to
Yes,
use
yes,
this.
yes. You would know the Celestias. And yes, to you, Apple. That thing in the bottom right, that is the...
Quite curious.
Yeah, that citadel, you saw like almost hellfire open up. It is, by the way, it is circled like at knee height with just like fire. And you saw this individual when they came into the space, came through that portal.
Whoa.
Hellfire is burning.
Excuse me, can you tell me more about your portal over there?
It's a portal to one of the realms of the Nine.
Oh, which one?
Specifically, let's see.
Orin's like, which one do I want?
I
to
know.
do?
I think I'm gonna roll for it. The only one I won't really allow it to be is Cania, which is the lair that is strictly ice, because that doesn't make any sense for that portal.
What the hell is this?
That's a little fireball that was supposed to come into the space last time we all convened, and never did until I opened it just tonight. I didn't notice it
Where's
even
Abe?
being there. Abraham somewhere. I was gonna let them drag themselves
Stuck
in.
under somebody? Oh.
No, because they were outside of my copy paste.
Right.
So.
Right.
All right.
There he
Anyways,
is.
my brain. Where are you?
You're rolling a D8.
Thank you. I'll just roll a d10. Let's see. 9 layers of hell.
But you didn't want to do the ice one, so you could do a D8.
You are so right. You guys are smarter than I am sometimes. I appreciate it.
We have
That
less
was
to think
that was
about during
AJ,
these
not
sessions.
me.
We have less to think about, Torin.
Thank you. There's that. Hit that. Okay. We've got that. I might be wrong. Oh, Stygia is the one that I was thinking of, not Cania. So,
Same.
with that. Well, I don't know that one makes a whole lot of sense either.
So you had one in mind the whole time?
I'm gonna go ahead. It is a portal to Phlegathos.
Do I have any idea what that is?
You can roll a history check.
I'm gonna. Highly doubt it.
So here's the thing: if you had at all studied, what's her name, Tiamat, then
Well.
I would allow you to make this history check.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I studied her. I survived. And,
Understood. Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah. So should I even roll it or no?
If you want to, I'm giving you that option. If you think,
As
Give it a go.
resident historian, could I help
Yeah.
him? Oh,
never mind.
He don't
Um,
say that 20.
With a natural 20, there was
Uh,
one library you visited.
Obviously.
That you did manage to look across the Nine Hells, because you learned that Tiamat is, at least her like physical form, is trapped on the first layer of Avernus, and has been for a long time. She used to rule over this layer of the Nine Hells, but had been usurped quite a long time ago. Beyond that, throughout the Nine Hells, you did do some reading on each of their lairs, and you know that Phlegethos is let's make sure that's correct, but is a volcanic landscape filled with frequent earthquakes and lava flows. So very fire and brimstone. So the portal makes a lot of sense. I mean,
Why were you there?
every once in a while we need to harvest some barley parts from some of the devils down there. They can make for potent catalysts in some of the magic we procure here.
Oh, very interesting. My interest has been piqued.
It is just the main way we get them. In fact, probably when she stepped through, you would have noticed that she was holding on to like a brown bag that was kind of dripping some blood. Like, I could say crimson liquid, but you would understand. It is exactly that. And has since, filed it away elsewhere.
You wouldn't have anything that might be useful to us, would you?
I mean, we have plenty of things, but what we can part with, I'm not entirely sure. That would be more in Zafira's domain than mine.
Well, I'd certainly like to talk to her about that before we head out.
Yeah, you do see that she is currently back at, this looks to just be like a little light and desk where she is scribbling away at something. All right. Hold just a moment, as you see that she is finishing the last of a series of arcane glyphs that are wrapped in a circle on this paper. You do see that this paper is literally filled with arcane, just icons and all manner of markings. She then looks up. Yes, what do you need?
Well, I was just talking to Cordell over there, and she was saying that you've crafted many a potion, and many a spell, and many something helpful, perhaps, from the Nine Hells.
Oh, I see. So, mainly what we're taking from the Nine Hells is matter of components to, well, make these. And she points to the like page. You do notice that much of it is black, but like the letter she just wrote looks to be almost like fresh blood. That after a moment does like cement itself into what looks now like ink. These are all pieces that we have managed to put around the forest. These are an attempt to halt the undead scourge that is pushing its way down the coastline and reaching farther abroad.
Very interesting.
They do have a just powerful magical nature to them, so these are mainly for abjuration, but you could make use of them in many other things. It would depend on what you wanted, and I suppose your timetable, because most of what we procure we use right away.
Well,
What did we tell? Did we tell them like what we were doing here when we got here?
I mean,
don't
you just gave them the purpose that you have originally sought out, which was to find Clint and do away with him. Other than that, they don't know much about you guys, other than you were trying to escape a vampire, and that Bebo basically saw that entire thing go down.
Bebo.
Yes.
well, we weren't here necessarily so randomly. Our overall objective as a party is more or less to stop all dragons from coming back into the world. And, you know, ending it.
So you just saying all dragons? I mean,
Well-
I knew that they had been wiped from the face of the earth, save for Niv-Mizzet, but
Well, there are others returning.
oh. I suppose it has been quite some time since I tried to learn anything outside of what was happening in this forest.
Do I overhear this conversation?
I mean,
Not
there.
hiding anything. I would assume that.
Yeah,
somebody-
there's no stealth check being rolled, and you're within 60 feet, and I mean, that's basically what the verbal spells take anyways. So yes, I would say you hear it.
Come on down.
Actually, correction. I believe Tasmere only plans to bring back the chromatics, not the metallic ones. Based on my musings with the dragons in my head.
Well, perhaps Abe would be able to give you more of a complete story, but essentially, things are not going swimmingly with the dragons.
Yeah, things are going to be way out of balance.
I
Very
see.
bad.
Could we
Extremely bad.
circle back for a moment?
Sure.
Dragons in your head? As she like points off to you, Abraham.
Oh yeah, cursed mirror, nasty business.
Are they still in there?
I haven't heard from them in a while.
Hmm.
They went dark some time ago. I kind of sat in, listened, and then they went quiet.
Wait, can you take a look inside his head?
I mean, I can try. I know that, and she
Abe, get over here.
she does look over to like Vahazax. I know that he could.
Just to be clear, when you say head, you mean mind, right?
she's going to
I'm not gonna
open your
pry
head
your
now.
head open.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just find that it's very important with people. To just be-
Yes, being clear is very smart, but yes, we like I hope that we have shown to you all we are not of the undead variety that want to split your head open.
All right. You may probe my thoughts at your leisure.
Thank you. As she comes in close, and you watch as both hands come sweeping in close towards your temples, barely grazing them. And as she does so, like this very soft, like smell of lilac comes into your nostrils for just a moment, and then you feel as if you're falling for a moment, and are then brought into Well, let me put it this way. Where is Abraham's like most peaceful place?
Home. Specifically, near the hut, not
Near the hut.
inside of it.
Okay.
There's a small brook, a small stream that runs. It is a simple place.
You were brought to a space close to your small lodging. A brook running beside it, one root of the Motzelesnia coming and creeping over that brook, making a makeshift bridge for anyone who may want to cross. As you stand there in the space with Zafira close at hand, she is just off to your side. All right, this is just the inner sanctum. Let us try and forge to the place where these dragons may have been. Do you by chance know any of their names?
Oh, just a darn second. I don't have a name on my character sheet notes.
Okay.
Let me check my Obsidian notes. Of all the bad guys, I don't know if I ever actually got a name from the.
I don't think the names were very, outspoken when they were, talking to each other inside your head.
Yeah, the Red Dragon was mostly just talking a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you could name one of the chromatics, though, as well, and she could try and bring you to them if they are still here.
There is Rakshaladon.
Let's start with that one, I suppose. And she reaches out, and you both feel a pull, and watch as mist just wafts in all around you. Once again, the soft smell of lilac comes in, and you are off. In seemingly no real direction, but you can feel movement. It is a very odd feeling, because it feels like you're moving, but to nowhere specifically. And then the fog all parts, and you find yourself surrounded by black, except for the ground has this ambient light to it. And it just looks like a cavernous floor. I don't sense any presence outright. If you would like, Abraham, you can roll an insight check. I'll actually have her roll one as well.
Come on. Nah! 11.
Insight.
Bummer.
Yes. 19. She looks around a little bit more, combs through the space a little bit, and you can see that neither of you are walking, but you are moving slowly through the space. As you do so, you do watch as a small glow off to the side starts to come into view. Zafira floats closer to that point, and you can now see that they are embers. Or, no, they're small shards of molten earth that are creeping farther and farther back. And you do see, as you get closer, what looks to be a cavern burrowed into the earth itself, or the floor of your mind, that goes down. It is wreathed and covered in ash and molten rock. Well, I still don't sense a presence, but there was definitely one here. It looks as though it goes deeper, though I am unsure of that.
Oh, that makes two of us. But hey, it's just my mind. It's the worst that could happen.
She gives you side eye. Like,
I mean, there's not like a medical risk to this, right?
not physically. But I also don't know. This is not something I've seen before. I have probed other individuals' minds, and I have helped them work through some traumatic experiences, but this is something altogether new. If you want to delve in or out, whether this is one of those two, we can. But I don't know. I don't know the risks.
How fast can you cut this kind of thing off?
Fairly quickly, if I am given the chance to. Snap of my fingers would be all it takes.
Yeah, or we could perhaps check on one of the others. Got more than one name.
That we do.
See if they're all this spooky or.
Yes. Which name would you like to check on next?
Let's check in with Jixesh.
Okay. As you speak the name, she, once again, that feeling of movement, but to nowhere in particular comes over you. Small scent of lilac and fog. And you are brought, instead of a cavern, more of a jungle sprouts up around you. Still that, like, black that stops your vision after what feels like 60 feet or so. But you can see the trees around you immediately, and the very overgrown forest floor. Whatever happened, these creatures certainly left their mark. They may have been quiet, but I can't tell for what reason quite yet. As she does say this, I would like you both to roll an insight check.
23.
23. She'll roll hers. Ooh. She seems to be entirely distracted by the fact that there is a forest growing in your mind. Or a jungle, more like. She is just kind of taking in the space as you're going forward. But you manage to help her veer into a direction. As you do, you see what looks to be this opening, a clearing in the forest where there is this pool and a dais that sits, once again, only about 60 feet off, because that is the farthest your vision will go. And you do see what looks to be slumbering atop it, a green dragon.
Still in here, just
Oh my.
out of the way.
Yeah, that is certainly... There's not much I get spooked by, but I've never seen a dragon before.
Oh yeah, the first time is kind of a lot.
I'm just glad it's sleeping.
What I can't tell is if this is my mind or a reflection of the material world.
Well, I can tell you, I sense a presence here that is not you or me.
Okay, so it is in my mind.
At least partially. It is like grasping at cobwebs. I can feel it, but it's hard to grasp at.
Why are they still here? I thought that I had resolved this.
Well, we don't know if all of them are here or not.
You're right. Maybe another name?
Let's try.
Let's try Ms. Lorgioth.
All right. You speak the name. A smell of lilac, a feeling of movement, some fog rolls in, and you find yourself in a bog. This is familiar to you because the smell and the general vibe you're getting from the exterior around you, or interior, I suppose, reminds you very much of the Everdead moors that you just came out of. As you are exploring this space, I would like you to roll me an insight check. Currently, everyone outside does see that Zavira and Abraham are currently her fingers are touching the sides of his temples. This is basically real time. So you guys have watched for like a good I'd say more like 7 minutes, as they have just been kind of locked in this stance. It's your turn to roll a natural one. She'll roll hers.
Oh, well.
Yes, okay. With 27. She is now finding a moment of real focus. And you start to weave through this environment. And make your way very quickly to a swamp ringed with the long dead bodies of like skeletons that are just kind of half sunk in the swamp surroundings, in these pools of what looks like green water. And at the center of it, you see like a blackened husk of a long dead tree that has been fashioned into a type of throne. But you see nothing sitting atop of it. I don't feel anything here. And I guess that's a good indication that if we're not seeing them, maybe they're not around, though. That Roxolodon, you said?
Yeah.
Still worries me somewhat. None of them have seemed like they were burrowing. This one is simply vacant. Or it feels as such.
Dive deeper and there's still more questions. What of the one who's dead? Or I think they're dead.
Name, please.
Oh wait, no. I think actually they might be a Dracolich.
Yeah, no, they definitely are, and they definitely have not died a second time yet.
Oh, that's right. That sucks.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah,
We're just gonna
you
skip
all had
right
to
over
teleport
that one.
away from that one.
I'd prefer to not with that one actually. So let's, honestly,
Fuck that
around the
one.
prize, let's check in on Tasmere then.
All right.
Actually, I don't think Tasmere was ever in my brain.
I don't believe you ever remember seeing a blue dragon.
Yeah, not in my brain.
Mm-mm. You could still try if you want to.
Sure.
All right. As you say the name. Fog rolls in. Small scent of lilac and movement. And you are brought into a space that is not covered in that black that you are accustomed to seeing. Instead, you see 4 spires lingering at the corners of your vision. All seem to be these ziggurats that are reaching into the sky, and at their center, you see one rising above the rest. And atop it, you see this smoldering blue eye wreathed in lightning that is currently watching you. I see you. And as those words come out, you do watch as lightning starts to curl down out of the eye. And you watch as like this almost spirit form body starts to crash and just claw down the ziggurat at the center.
Yeah. Get us out. Get us out.
You say out, and so she snaps her fingers and gone. You are back in the material. Okay.
She just saw us.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Full on.
Yeah, no, with the, at least the other one we saw, he was very, it seemed like he was in hibernation, like he wasn't feeling us at all. I don't
Really
know.
glad we didn't go down that pit.
I don't know what you did to anchor these dragons, or just that one in particular. But yeah, you might have a very, very strong, some kind of enchantment, or I don't know what that was.
Oh gosh. I thought they were gone. But they just
Think some of them are. I don't think that the black. I don't think Meslorgioth was there. That name you gave me, I didn't feel anything, and I didn't feel anything off of Rock Shaladan either, but simply the way it looked was concerning. Now, you said you never saw the Tasmere in your mind?
not then, no. Notably absent.
I could run a test. It might be a little bit more risky now that she is aware that we are aware of her presence, but I could... I could try one of your friends. They didn't have any dragons in their head, did they?
No, it was just me. I got sucked into a spooky mirror.
I see.
It's really the best way that I can describe it. There was some elf there with a big beard. Very strange.
Huh. Yeah, I'm familiar with any lore that might unravel, but it's up to you all. If anyone else wants me in their head, I can do that at least once more today.
Someone else wanna let Zafira poke around their brain? It was actually kind of interesting.
Hard pass.
I've had oh I've had voices of dragons in my head, but not them actually being there. So I don't know if that would help.
I don't know. I'm quite frankly, whatever's drawn the ire of these dragons, I'm just feeling a very strong, at least from that last one, a very strong connection to Abraham. But him mentioning, you all didn't have any, experience with this, like a group experience with this creature?
Which one?
Tasmere.
We did, didn't we?
I
want to say
thought we did. Yeah.
So yeah,
like,
Snack in
It was a long time ago
particular.
now.
Yeah,
I
Snack
was
in
like,
particular would remember rushing out of her room and checking to make sure that there wasn't a
That's-
dragon
Uh-huh.
sitting outside her door.
When
Being
Mocha
on,
and I-
and you were all very on edge, but you all remember that seething blue eye that just said exactly what you heard
Yeah.
from inside there once more.
Yeah, that was inside the portal.
Well, yeah, you did see the portal, but before, after
But
that,
didn't we also
you all-
see...
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't we also... Wasn't there a point when the thing was collapsing? Wasn't that Tasmere? When we first came across, the dragons that were getting reconstructed?
Yeah, that was Mr. Taz.
Wasn't
That was
Taz?
Mr. Taz, but you all know now that Mr. Taz was a pseudonym for Tasmere.
Yeah, so we had that experience as well.
Yes, you had that experience as well, but you all did have a group experience as well where you all like woke with a jolt in the morning after watching a blue dragon's eye just like pierce into the black of your mind and basically speak, "I see you," just like it did with Abraham just now.
Yeah, we all have experiences with Taz.
Well, I don't know whether it happened this way or not, but if you all did, that connection that I feel with Abraham, I get a general sense from you all that you share that connection. And we can explore it further if you want. But now that she is aware that we are aware, I do believe that another delve could be risky. At least if we're trying to go to her.
You could always. We do know one other dragon.
And who would that be?
Nemurianth.
Yeah.
Oh, and oh wow, I'm totally blanking on the guy's name. But,
Oh, you're talking about your little silver buddy?
Yeah.
friendly dragons. We can.
You do, and I'm kind of surprised you didn't start with. Oh goodness, there are too many dragons now. I'm even spacing on his name. Oh, where?
He's a snowball.
I
That's all
know,
keep
he's-
thinking. He's a snowball.
I feel like I know that his name is Starsworn. His last
Tarkan.
name, yeah, Takan.
Yes.
I just looked in the journal.
There you go.
Also, is Ulankar still out there serving the will?
Yep, absolutely. Has not, has not stopped with his mission. Has probably now finished it, and probably went back to where he last saw you all. Looking for more assignment, and is not gonna get any. Yeah.
In before Ulankar finds his way to the Hells to regroup.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe. All right. Anywho. So, do you want to see if he left a trace?
Yeah, sure. Snack, you had pretty personal interactions with the dragon.
Yes, that's
Okay, go ahead.
that is true. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted, so I came over to unmute, and then I realized I wasn't muted.
Yeah, no, see, I heard like a little tst and a little tst and a little.
Yeah, I
and I was like,
tried to-
are you trying to talk? And it's just
I
not
was-
working?
I was trying to fix my husband's soup as it was warming up. It was pouring out of the bowl.
Oh.
I was trying to fix it. I was like, oh, I think I'm muted.
Oh.
Yes, that's true. Nemurianth is, well, what I would consider a friend. And so, what are we're trying to check on it? What are we doing?
Mostly it's just a test to see if the connection that Abraham shares with these dragons is something that you all share, or if there is
Oh.
some.
Well, that would be a little different. I feel like for me because I have a stone from him, so
Oh.
I feel like I have maybe I don't know, maybe more of a connection. But there is
Yeah.
another dragon that we know of that I don't know if they're.
I
It's
mean,
always hard
Apple's
to say
got
this.
Tarken.
And that's true too. Yeah. Omniglathonix. is another one
Yeah,
that-
you did it. You did it. You did good.
Right?
Yeah, you got it.
So I've,
yeah.
and I think they might actually be in trouble, that dragon, because they might be held against their will.
So just to make sure that I have the story completely straight, Abraham is the only one who has had dragons literally in his head, where most of the other experiences have just been talking, or that eye that you all saw, or physical interactions.
You're right. I feel like that's true.
None of you have had dragons in your head like
Not
Abraham
like
have.
Abraham.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. It was definitely strictly
they
a
were
thing that
noisy,
happened when
but,
when the mirror
But see,
drug
I
him
guess I
in.
never heard what happened during that. So this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Yeah. There was a seemingly elven gentleman, but like with a full-on beard, very grisly looking. That basically all you all saw was like an arm come through and grab Abraham and then drag him in. Anybody who was close, which I can't remember at this point, but you all have heard the story at this point as well. And then there were like a myriad of eyes that were peering down at him from inside the space.
I was making wisdom saving throws for my life.
Yeah, you were. And I'm pretty sure you succeeded on pretty much all of them.
I rolled
But
very well.
some residue definitely followed through as he was pulled back out of the mirror.
And I met with my my Selesnya contact, Cirith and Donald, to like work through my issues and talk to the dragons before.
Yep.
But then they kind of calmed down after
Yeah.
that. They like stopped being rowdy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was no like residual nightmares or anything after that. But yeah, you do now know that there's a green one that is hibernating there. No sign of the black one. Rokshaladon, the jury's out on. You don't know whether he is there or not. And Tasmare definitely knows that you know that she's keeping an eye on you. In one way or another.
Well, that sucks. I do wonder if this connection is a two-way street. Or if I'm even powerful enough on my own to warrant being a blip on their radar.
As far as it being a two-way street, the only way you'd maybe even be able to consider that is if we entered that space again and had the time to interact. But she didn't seem too keen on us being able to do that. And I am nowhere near powerful enough to draw you all into a mind trance and try and enter that space once more if you do all share it.
So, who wants to get their mind read?
Or does anyone? I certainly don't have to. I feel like we've drawn about as many conclusions as we can, but if we want to be safe.
Well, I did have a connection with Ms. Lokioth, and there was a time where, well, Tiamat, as some of you know. Why not?
Okay. She does much the same motion. You have a small scent of lilac brush across your nostrils, and you are pulled into the inner sanctum of your mind. Where is your happy place, Apple?
In the forest with Junior. In a grove.
As you set down in this space, you are standing there together. Junior is close by, just seemingly combing through some tall brush, seeing what lies inside, finding different shapes of wildlife. All right, then. Which one did you want to go see? Or at least have the possibility of seeing, I suppose. Hopefully they aren't here. At least most of them.
Well, we could see if there's any remnants of Maslogioth left.
All right. She reaches her hand out, and fog rolls in, scent and movement, and you are set down in much the same space that Abraham saw. It's just this bog that reaches out into the space, much like the Everdead Moors. You both should roll an insight check. Since she has been in a space like this before and knows the dragon that you're looking for, actually, you know what? Nah, we'll give her advantage because she's been in this space before. I mean, technically you have too. Technically, the frickin' I should have been giving advantage to. Never mind. It's gonna be a flat roll. It's just gonna be a flat roll. All right. With a 21 and a 19, you both are floating in the space and find much the same scene. A bog with a deadened tree, long dead skeletons, half floating in pools, and a throne set upon this deadened trunk of a tree. What you see there is not on the throne, but sitting just in front of it. The almost silhouette, because of just how black their scales are, of this dragon that is completely awake, it seems, moving around, but in no way, shape, or form seems to notice that you are there. It is seemingly combing through the area, checking kind of on the bodies that surround it, as well as the pools. And you do watch as it lets some of its acid breath, like, down and into these pools. And continues to mill about.
Am I able to, like, reach out with our former connection and feel anything that he's feeling? Or has that connection been broken?
You can roll me another insight check.
Okay.
With a 12, you attempt to reach out, but you feel quickly your mind go numb. Where you definitely felt that tug, that pull before, you don't feel it.
That makes me feel better.
I no longer wish to stay here.
Then we don't have to. Is there anywhere else you want to go?
I'd like to go to my home.
All right. Quickly brings you back to the center point where you started. And you see it. You're home.
Did she bring me home before the fires or after the fires?
That is entirely up to you. Probably
I'd like to be
before.
there I'd like to be there before.
Because it is your happy place. She's not bringing you to, like, someplace that
Here it
you...
is.
Yes. It
Yes.
is the memory of the home you knew before. And in a way, it brings your heart into your throat
Yeah.
because you see all of the people that you knew before. Alive, well, walking, doing the things that you remember them all doing. Carrying water where it needed to be, foraging for plants, tending to animals, bringing back catches from their hunts.
Gonna put my hand on my heart.
This is almost too much as well. Just give me a minute here.
She would
I
rest a hand on your shell, and
I haven't thought about these moments for decades. I don't want to take a step in any direction and ruin this moment, this memory.
you
It
can
is also too much.
you can see that she is about to say something and then silences her words and just sits there in the space with you, allowing
I
you to
could
soak it
stay
in.
here. I could stay here forever and just remember how it was.
And he's gonna turn over to Saphira.
But it never will be again.
And some tears are gonna roll out of his eyes.
All things change. Some for the better and some for the worse. I know that all too well. My home was taken from me much the same as yours, just not with fire, but with decay and corruption. I hope that someday you can find some solace. I know that I have not yet.
I hope so too, but we have much to do here in this world.
He's gonna look around one more time and he's gonna look like in a certain direction where he knows that his house was, but he's not gonna take any steps towards it.
I would say as you look, you do see off in the distance your old house. And just the silhouette of your father rocking back and forth in an old chair.
And he's gonna look away quickly.
All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. Are you ready to go?
Please, please. Let's go.
And with a snap of her fingers, you are back to the material plane.
He's just gonna walk away a little bit and cry.
Understood. You all saw the tears streaming down Apple's face before he woke up. And once he does, he gives himself some distance. Well, we checked up on the remnants of this Ms. Lorgioth, and we can definitely say that he has some connection to him as well. But from what I saw, it was only the empty remnants for you, Abraham, whereas this dragon is seated within Apple, much like that green dragon was in you. I don't know where you all want to go from here, but that is all I can do for today. If you wanted to, you could ask Vahazax for some more knowledge. But, as he said, remember that there is always a price to be paid. With that, she will move back to the table that she was at and put that scrap of paper, that scroll of runes, off to the side and start on a new one. It is now up to you what you all would like to do.
What of this forest? You say that there's a growing undead presence?
The undead scourge, not looking up from her writing at all. The undead scourge have been here for a very long time.
What are your prospects looking like for that?
I mean, we keep it at bay as best we can, but what little we have been able to afford to it, since we are only a group of 3, truly. Vahazax tries to help where he can, but like was mentioned previously, it would come with a price, and the price that we could pay, we no longer can. So he helps where he can. We stop what we can, but it has been growing faster and faster. It seems with each passing day, it gets a little bit worse.
And is there some source of this corruption, this rot?
As part of the price that we paid, Vahazax did give us that information. It was not something that he had to search for, because he was part of the triarchy that set this in motion. At first, as I would imagine you can glean, we all wanted to kill him. I would be lying if there was a part of me that did not still feel that way. But the 3 of them started something in the north, far into the frozen wastes, that started to crawl its way out. and has been doing so ever since. I believe that the reason it might be growing once more is because they found a seat, or someone to fill that seat, more like. And now it is once again at its full strength. They are all Lich Kings in their own right. And the army that they have procured is vast in number.
Well, that is, I guess not great.
No. And
Bahazax, who were the other two?
you speak this, and Bahazax
If you don't mind my asking.
I do not. Give me a moment, for it has been some time. Torin has to go look it up. So.
AKA.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Be right back.
Almost out. Their names were Draikiad and Sem Dudrir. Yep. We all had our own talents, but we were all simply as powerful as the other. None of us above the other two.
And
So you're...
what is it that they released on this
Yeah,
this land?
this is a curse. Though it spreads more like a virus would. It taints and corrupts what life it finds, so wherever you may find it, it will take a different shape. Since this is a forest, it found worms, and it simply changed those into a horrid amalgamation of what they once were. This curse continues to spread whether the undead host is walking forward and out or not. It carries through the ground, through the... It searches ever for life. It is more of a hunger than anything else, and it will never be sated. Not until this entire plane is engulfed.
That sounds bad.
It is bad.
How quickly has it escalated to this point?
Well, when it first reached into the forests from the frozen wastes, that was about 1,000 years ago or so, and it had been slow spread from there. But in recent years, and dare I say recent weeks, the pace has grown far fouler. This, what used to take 10 years to see any movement, now takes 10 days. And it has been getting steadily worse.
Dear, I thought we might get an opportunity to actually not have to make difficult decisions today.
Unfortunately, with the times we live in, there is nothing but difficult decisions. I can tell you with certainty that it feels like there is a turning point very close at hand. Something that will tip the scales one way or another.
Well,
Abe's just gonna kind of look over at Ezra, kind of a guilty look on his face.
I could send you a Boros Legion to help out. A few troops. No?
He is speaking to you, Abraham. I believe.
Sorry, what was that?
No, I was talking to the person.
Oh, okay.
He's help. He's
I mean-
fucking help.
I mean, I am trying to keep my hands washed of that entire situation. I fear if I approach it once more, I might be intoxicated by the power once more. I've been trying my best to keep away.
Hey, Skeletor, what's happening? Quick cue. Is Andros part of the Lichy Queens? Pink Pony Club?
As far as I am aware, he's not. If you're asking if he's part of the Triarchy, I don't believe so. Though he must be having some sort of bargain with them. Bebo did inform me on what had transpired outside, and it seems that he, yes, must have some sort of dealings with them. Though I doubt. I doubt it.
On an existential level, do you think slime could help fight this contagion?
Once again, Bebo did inform me of what happened outside. And I believe that it will stop what is happening here quite well. But as I said, the curse spreads, whether there are
Fuck.
undead bringing it out or not.
Or not.
It claws its way through the ground, through water, through life. It wants to find, it wants to consume. And it is entirely its own. Well, a creature in its own right, I suppose.
How do we break the curse? Theoretically.
It is not something simple to do. You would have to find each of the 3 kings' phylacteries and simply crushing them won't do the job. There is a ritual that needs to be put into place. Luckily, we have been building towards that, and so we have most of the components that we would need. But we are missing an ingredient, mostly because it was one we could never apprehend. The heart of a great worm.
We've got one of those.
You, in fact, do not.
No, we haven't fought a great worm yet.
You have. You just didn't kill
We
it.
rode one.
And technically, it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
a great
yes.
worm. It was a great Dracolich, but you get the gist.
It was
But we
still
know.
awful.
Uh-huh. Very.
That Ishmael's just like, we have that. He's like,
We've killed a fair amount of
We
serpentine.
have lots of
like,
things.
creatures.
Yeah, and I mean, some
Giant
hydras and everything, but yeah, great worm
Uh-huh.
you have not killed yet.
So these 3 kings' phylacteries.
What about Vasul, Abraham?
Would that be your phylactery as one of the ones who cast the spell, or would it be the current sitting member of the Triarchy?
I managed to find a way to separate my phylactery from it. I believe that is the reason that it was so slow.
I see. So your departure hamstrung the curse.
It did, for a time.
You know, it's not necessarily that I agree with the practice, Vahazix, but as far as liches go, you're all right.
I'm trying to do what I can with what I have now.
Do you think that the presence of the Boros Legion would stave off this growing contagion for any meaningful amount of time?
One thing I can say, without certainty, of course, is that perhaps if you were able to at least destroy the Lich's bodies, the curse might slow down without them actively enforcing its will. But I don't know. And that is still a very tall ask. As I said, the army that they have amassed in the time that they've had the curse active is vast and not easily quelled. I do believe that it would stretch the Boros thin, especially with the conflicts as escalating as they are being now. I believe the only way you could get it thoroughly done, as if some of the guilds put aside their differences, at least for the moment, and saw to it in full.
Getting the guilds to agree on anything is a bit of a task.
I think if anything had a chance, it would be the almost sure opportunity that they would be sharing in mutual destruction if they did not quell this.
What do you guys think?
I think that we're never gonna get everyone to agree.
Are you talking about the guilds or us?
Uh,
That's a valid question.
Valid question.
Both.
Yeah.
you know, we are trying to, you know, find this vampire. We have this
Right.
fucking dinosaur in our possession here that's gonna help us out, and then now we're kind of like gonna go play politics. What are we doing? In Vasul.
About Amandra.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
know,
there's a
but
Mandra, there's
that
Vasul, there's a... Hey, guess what? I'm gonna keep throwing shit at you guys, because...
Yeah, it sounds like it.
That was
Because
the
one
reason.
storyline isn't enough.
Oh, no,
That was
that's...
the reason why Abe was given a guilty look, because
Uh-huh.
it's just like, oh god,
Yeah.
this situation is so fucked.
Yeah, because that's the way Dungeons and Dragons operates. There can be multiple fires, and there might not be a way for you to get them all put out. In fact, there isn't. That's the key to remember in all of this.
I mean, we do have a large group. What if we just split the party?
What did he just say?
I'm glad I got a laugh out of a couple people.
This week is this group's mission.
It
The
would
other
be-
people need to wait 2 weeks to continue
If you,
their
I
mission.
will not lie. If you wanted to do that, if that was an actual option, then I could do Thursdays on one week and Thursdays on another, and we would be running with half the party in both of them.
And we'd all die.
It's
Yay!
it's very possible.
I feel like that is an option no matter which path we take.
Yeah, very, very fair. Very fair.
It is the nice part about the large party format, though. We can be
That we
split
could.
and still have like
You
a
could.
balanced encounter.
You could.
He's
It's
considering
easier.
it.
It's actually easier to balance against 4 or 5, 4 to 5.
My question to you, though, Torin,
Yep.
would be: would you keep all the challenge ratings at the same that you already have them set at?
That's a fun question right there.
I don't.
Just don't ask the magician about his art.
So-
don't
No,
ask
I
about
know,
his
but
custom-
like, if he's saying
I'll-
it's something he's willing to do,
He's kind of considerate.
and we're all gonna die because he's keeping the challenge rating the same.
So here's the thing. In some places, I would probably match the encounter to you. But there are some people who have made preparations in certain ways that I would not be able to pull back and away from because they have made the preparations kind of specifically for you guys. Because I don't know if you all are aware or not, but you're kind of a fucking threat in this universe. Like, there's a lot of people who know your
Speaking a lot of
name,
math.
and there's a lot of people who are aware of your deeds at this point. And so,
Dirty deeds. Done.
jeez, that got me. Okay. Anyways, they would have prepared things for you guys that were for the entirety of your party. So there are places where you would have trouble. That is what I will say. Is it doable for half of your party? I think so. But you'd have to pace
throw this out
yourselves
there.
correctly.
That
If we
means
split the
taking
party-
short rests.
We won't know until we try.
If we split the party, I quit.
Yeah, he can be on the other party. I don't want him on my party.
I do love that in character, though. Ishmael's like,
on his own
if we
party.
are split off from each other, I'm done.
I'd rather
I
make the
quit.
tough
Go back to your
decision
dragon
as a group.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Hollerell, and we're gonna do this thing.
Little throwback for you, long time listener.
Oh, that's fun. Oh. All right. Anyway, you guys make your decision. It's probably gonna take the rest of the 30 minutes we have in the session. So make it.
I mean, I already
Make it
stated my
out.
position. I would rather make the tough decision as a party than split up.
Oh no, I was saying that as completely just fucking a joke.
It's a
There was
joke,
no way
yeah.
that.
Oh, I mean,
I don't. Why are we entertaining?
I mean,
entertained
it's
it because it
funny.
was brought up, and I wanted to know Torin's.
It's an
mindset
interesting,
on it.
like,
it is an interesting dynamic because
there's a
there.
lot of shit going on.
Exactly.
right
There's a lot of shit going on, and you guys want to tackle multiple things. That's very understandable.
I feel like you threw those multiple things at us to get us to split up.
I just did it because it's interesting. I want to see what you guys are going after.
And you want to see how stressed we can be about a made-up game.
Uh-huh. Because
now. This is our life.
once
Just
again,
trying to have fun.
I just to give you a little peek behind the curtain, you are reaching like an apocalypse level event. Like, there's no two ways about that. Like, it's just the way it is. Not anyway.
Wait.
There's forces that could help against that, and you guys are a major component of that.
Speaking of that, did we get a milestone after killing Clint?
No.
Oh, okay.
We
He
didn't get
was
inspiration
he
from
was-
someone.
he was, for lack of a better term, a commoner. No, you did not.
Yeah.
He was an emotional milestone.
He was an emotional-
He was,
That's
and
true. That's
and
very
for
true.
Ezra, you can tick off a mental reprieve, but no, you do not gain a
I
milestone.
had to ask. I had to ask.
I understand. No, you did not.
It was too easy.
You took well.
We
I mean, it
rolled that.
wasn't
was
as
like-
easy as I
we
thought it
barely
was.
did it.
Yeah. If it wasn't for a banishment spell and the ability to take down, like me allowing Jessica to have a scroll and
Yeah.
disintegrate,
that's-
y'all would have been in a pretty dicey
Oh,
situation.
That's very true,
It.
actually.
I was ready to turn to financial bribery. Like,
Yeah, I know. I heard it. I'm pretty sure you said it. It's like, yeah.
You did? I thought you sent it, honey. I thought you sent
He
it.
did. He did. I remember seeing it. And I was like,
$5.
yep.
Did you
And
really?
and yes, no, I will never take a bribe for this because it's not.
It
No,
was a joke.
That's
I
what
know.
it
I
was.
get it. It's hilarious.
$100.
No, it doesn't matter what you offered me. I would not.
To get banishment.
No. Because if I cave once, then I'll cave again, and I'm not doing that.
I'm not giving you 2,000. Except my 1,000.
What class do I have to multi-class
banishment
in to
is-
get banishment?
Paladin,
So we
cleric,
never have to deal with
sorcerer,
that again.
warlock, wizard.
So,
So cleric wouldn't be a bad one-level dip.
well, yeah, I guess you could. So the only thing the only thing I'm processing is like if you have one level in cleric, can you get like a very high level? Well, not high, but like 4th level spell in the cleric spell list. I don't know how that works. So
I think you gain access to the spell book and like you just use the spell slots.
well, and I think technically, if you're gonna go that route, you could just take a 1 level dip into like warlock, and I'm sure they have a banishment type spell.
I
too,
thought
don't
you
they?
had to take the
Does
Does
level.
nobody
as a-
here have the ability
I'm
to
a
learn
dip
that
into
spell?
Warlock.
I have banishment. I
Yes,
used it.
yes.
Or Ishmael did.
Yes, Ishmael did, and that's the only
Banished
reason.
that dinosaur.
Yes, that's the only reason that you guys were all kosher is because he got rid of the problem.
It's easily
It came
replaced
back real
by
quick,
Paladin spell.
but
It did.
you know,
Wow.
it worked.
It did, but by that time you guys had it kind of solved. So
Abraham's still alive. That's all that matters.
I was getting actively eaten.
Actively.
Side note:
Yes.
Ishmael chooses to maintain on the path that we are already on and not pursue this new path.
I don't know if that's really a choice.
Everything's going to kill us, Abraham. We have Vasul, who's got crazy vampire. We have these dragons that we need to fucking deal with. We have Dude Bro with the sword, who's just out there.
Dude,
Everyone
bro?
forgot about him. The crow's still out there.
Creed. Are you talking about
Oh.
Creed?
We
Talk
know
about
we're
Creed.
gonna
Oh,
have
yeah,
to deal with
oh, yeah.
Creed eventually.
Yeah.
Us.
Forgot about that.
But that
honestly.
is
There's a
for
list.
another day.
Angela, do you have a list of our objectives?
There's
of
a
all the
list.
shit we gotta do?
Actually, I think I need to make one. I didn't
I
realize.
think it's just a sticky note that follows you from page to page.
I
just
don't
a
know
little
if we-
reminder of
this
the
is
shit has
very-
to happen.
Very
I
Is
don't
this
know
a
if we
main
necessarily
quest or a
have a
side
real
quest?
lead on Vasul, aside from maybe like, does this portal to hell go to where Vasul is?
you don't know. You know that
thought
it.
the
So it is to
dragon-
the 9 hells, but each layer of hell is its own plane of existence. Like they are each a plane, and they do connect to each other. There is a way to get from one to the other. You don't know what that is, but they are all connected. That much you do know.
I thought this dinosaur was gonna lead us to him. To
The
vampire
dinosaur?
dude, right?
To the vampire dude, yeah, but to Vasul, you don't know exactly where he is, and
Oh, I thought Vasul got taken by the vampire dude. My bad.
he did. He did. It's just you don't know if
No,
Vasul is in the same space as where he would be taking you.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have the guy in the necklace who was going to.
Yeah, the Tyranics. He was going to help you with that problem.
Yeah, that's what we were
Okay,
gonna do
so
next,
yeah.
and then we got sidetracked like a motherfucker.
Perhaps we maintain on that, deal with that, and then is there a teleportation circle here that we could get the information for and come back when we have finished with?
Oh,
So
good question.
before I answer that, real quick, probably what would be better is if you all put this list on the map,
Oh,
so
yes.
that we could just go back to that whenever we needed to. So
Hey, that's a super
I hate
idea.
I
Thanks
hate to
for
stop
it.
what you're doing,
No, that's
but we
great,
should go
that's
there.
good. Yeah. I'd rather write that a better way. This looks terrible.
I was just gonna check them all off.
Okay, we will go
We're
out.
not even done with them
Like,
yet.
We will go
Like
out to
we
this
did a-
regional map because it makes a ton more sense to do that.
It just was making me feel better to be like, yep, check, done. even though we haven't done
Hey, right. Just yeah.
Don't put the check marks.
I get it. Yeah, they're definitely done. They've been done. We're good.
Totally
Right,
did
done.
it.
Done and
Because I would be down to. Because I don't know if we'll be able to find Vasul just because we jump into hell, you know?
Right.
this is-
Yeah.
especially since there's not.
It
Once-
feels like a
And you
weak
know
lead.
that Torin wouldn't make it that simple.
Absolutely not.
I
Also,
would be
stepped
like,
on a
hey,
crystal
you
and
find
ended up-
Vasul.
I stepped on a portal in a basement and ended up in God knows where.
Well,
yeah.
thanks for the boxes.
Yeah, so I can put my
Okay.
check.
For some reason, I'm having a hard time remembering how
Too
to
many boxes.
drag
Oh,
things.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, lots.
We know we got
lots to
more.
do.
We have
Yeah.
more.
Wait, does
probably
that
do
just
have
say
more.
profit? Does number
It
5
does say
just say make a profit?
Profit.
I didn't put dot, and then the next one profit. So that's my bad.
Oh, I thought that said 16.
I don't know who's making all that noise, but holy
Yeah, what?
crap.
I was like, it sounds like an espresso machine that's
A mantra.
frothing the
Profit a mantra.
Yeah.
I was testing my camp stove and it got real exciting really quickly.
It sure did.
I bet
It
did.
sounds like it did.
It's
Tall, and I was like, holy fuck.
Was it
Here,
like a
I'll
bonfire?
write these. I'll write these again once we get to the map.
Yeah, I want to get you guys there. For some reason, my brain is literally just having, I don't know, it's big fart, because I don't know how to get how do I get you guys out of this freaking folder and into another one.
That I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, it's
Been a
okay.
year at this point.
I feel for you. I feel for
Do
you.
we need to do a 3-week rotation?
My group just sent me. One of the guys sent me a GIF of just somebody picking up a book and dusting it off. Like, you son of a bitch.
They're ready.
I mean, one of them is.
One of them is. I'm sure they all are, honestly. Here, I'll send it to you.
Wait, is save the world? That's pretty broad. Does that mean the whole virus thing, or?
I don't know. I was gonna ask
Yeah.
for help
Was
writing them
that-
all out, but I was actually going to type them all out
Okay.
Oh,
in a
I'm like,
concise
that's-
way. This was not.
Isn't
meant to
like
be
the
final
main
product.
quest?
This was
to
not
do
meant
with
to be the
these
final
fucking
product. I
dragons?
swear.
Oh, sweet, sweet. I
Oh,
found it.
okay,
I found
just
it.
like
Okay,
notes.
you're on the map now.
Just some
Thank
notes.
you.
I'll write the squares.
Thanks. Hold on. I'm gonna.
I'll put the check marks.
Okay. Excellent. Thanks.
So we need a Great Worm
Wait,
Heart
what?
in order to deal with these phylacteries, anyways. Right? Like that was part of the.
Yes,
Part of the
because we have to do a
operation.
ritual. They have to do a ritual. That...
Yes, a ritual must take place. They said they have most of the components already. They just needed something, and they could never really get it because, there was no dragons. But now they can. They need a Great Worm Heart.
To complete the ritual,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
which would then launch
it
Zombie
would
Doomsday.
Stop this.
It would stop Zombie
Right.
Doomsday
Yeah.
because
Stop.
that Zombie
They're
Doomsday
trying to
is
stop it.
already in motion. It is already happening.
All right.
But I could send Boros people to help in the meantime. Kind of maintain.
How are they gonna fight?
I do think
against
it's
the
worth.
They're just gonna
attempting
help
to get
fight
this
Okay.
in front of
These
the
guys
Yeah.
here.
Okay. So, objective number 1.
I'm just gonna help.
Objective number. I think we deal with Vampire Man
Because dinosaurs in the ball.
because
And
dinosaurs
it'd be
in the
rude.
ball, and it would be rude to keep him there.
Fair.
Okay.
But
Alright,
then
Vampire, save
from
Vasul.
there, I think we go to the 10th district and we plead our case to the guilds to nut the fuck up and show up in this time, which I think at the very least would get a good portion of them on board, which is going to be more than just the Boros.
Can we make a note that we have a friend to help us in the necklace so we don't forget that? with the
Yeah,
vampire?
one moment. Yes.
Side note.
Side note.
What's his name? We should
Friend
actually
Rex.
call him by his name.
Rex.
Rex.
Yeah,
Let's
you
just call Rex.
you did not ask his name. He did not give it because it
Rex.
wasn't asked. So
That's true.
There you
That's
go.
true.
I didn't assume
How are
that
we
the
gonna
T-Rex
summon
even
it?
necessarily had a name. I mean, he might, but
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
we could send you in to
That's-
get the name. It's
That
gonna
was
be okay.
very animalist of
Right.
us, wasn't it? That we didn't.
It sure was.
Golly, we're like, it's just this
Just
tool we
putting
can
our-
use.
Oh god,
Number 3.
I can't
Number
move
3.
them. Wait, move them over so they're not on the square.
Let me write them all out first, and then we can. Then I can.
Yeah,
we'll
let's
go
do
back.
this. Yeah.
We gotta do something
Number
with
3.
Creed.
Oh,
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Kill Creed. Or get the sword. Oh, by the way, that sword
Attached to him.
sounds pretty cool.
What sword?
Well, if you want it embedded in your arm.
Oh, you're talking about the oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but hey, Snack, if you want to, you can cast Legend Lore on literally anything. If you know about it, you can cast a spell. You don't have to be close to
it
it.
doesn't
You
have
don't
to
have
be
to be
in
touching
front
it.
of you?
You just have to know about it, and then you can.
let's do that right after we finish this list.
Yes.
Number 4.
With the sword, we might.
Oh, should this be 3A then?
Yeah, I thought the sword would help us do something. Slash kill him.
The
I
sword
mean,
would help us in our fight with.
it
Casimir.
literally is like a dragon killing weapon.
Yeah.
At least from the one thing that you know, it is like basically a Vorpal sword to dragons.
Sounds pretty dope.
Yay! Now I don't have to cast it. Thanks, guys.
Number 5.
Top priority.
That's incorrect because there's more things that happen with the sword than
Just kidding.
that.
That's it.
We need to save Amandra.
That is
Oh,
incorrect.
Save
Also-
Amandra, AJ.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Well,
I got it,
you
I got
spelled-
it.
Save
you spelled her
Amandra would
name wrong.
also be connected to the crow.
That says Amandra.
It would.
Yeah.
Kill the
Amandra.
crow.
Spell it
Right.
then. I
It's
don't know how to
Amandra.
Oh, there's just an O. The second A should be an O. That's it.
spell it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so much.
But
fun.
also,
Mandra.
It's not Amandra. It's Amandra.
Two totally different people.
that one is connected with the crow. So that one is like save Amandra / deal with the crow.
Yep.
Which was the original thing.
That's how we all.
It was.
The OG.
It was like the first thing. Yep.
It's the,
He's like
the
our
OG
BB. He's our
objective.
BBEG.
So
Guy evil
Still
guy.
haven't done that one.
chat with Demir. That's good. That's good.
Who is Demir?
They were the ones who originally set you on the quest to like deal with Clint because they would give you information about the crow if you dealt with Clint.
If we-
Clint.
So we actually
Clint.
need that back. We need
So
We could
that's-
complete a
that's
mission. That'd be cool.
underneath, like that's like kind of with the crow and Amandra is the chat with Demir.
Okay, so hold on.
That's like a sub point.
Or actually, wouldn't it be before? It'd be before, so we'd have that info.
Well, I don't think this is our list that's in order. It's
It's
just
not.
things we
It's
need
not.
to do.
No,
Yeah.
no. I
I
just
can always
meant we-
reorder them later. I
chat,
just
yeah.
wanted to get them all
Yeah, yeah.
out. Just
Get it
wanted to make
there.
sure we
Get
had
it out.
them.
Get it out. Blech.
Blech.
What's it? What else? What other shit?
Well,
It's
do
We
you
still
the,
haven't
have
closed
the
that portal, have
Do
we?
you have this curse thing?
there's
on
the
here?
dead army that we just were told about.
We're currently talking about. Yeah.
That's
The one in the forest.
The whole
the
end of the
them,
forest.
them and them are dealing with.
Yeah.
Do y'all like how I said it was going to take you 30 minutes to figure out what to do? I think it's going to take
No, I
longer
knew
than
you were
that.
right. Yeah, I think it's.
I
Gonna
think
take
it's gonna
longer
take us
too.
30 minutes
should
to just
probably-
write this list.
Uh-huh.
Make the list.
Probably.
Meet up
what
with
else
like
we got?
Talk
I knew
We have to
you
close
were
that portal,
accurate
right?
when you said it.
Don't we have to close that portal?
What?
The one
Close that
that
portal, yeah.
we did. We did
Which-
close that
The
portal?
Virgins?
God,
Yeah.
Shit out of it.
Yeah.
we
The
did.
astral
We did
convergence
the
you
convergence.
took
We
care
did-
of.
Guys, do we want to put it on here and cross it
yeah,
off?
put it on there
Yes,
so I can check it off.
we can check it off.
Yeah.
Wait, can we put on our like first objective we ever did?
You-
like the
you-
goblin.
You could. Yeah.
I mean,
We
I
did
was
that
saying like
one
big
stuff
shit
to
like
check.
A
recently.
really long time ago, but we
No.
did.
Yeah,
it.
technically that was your very first, like, very
Okay,
first thing to
we
do.
don't have to go that far back. We don't have to go that far back.
I don't
That
care.
was the, I feel like
What?
that was our objective right before the conversions.
Could I?
It was just a really long time ago.
Yeah, Cranko
When
was the
we-
first
when
thing.
we attempt to get the 10th district to nut up and deal with the issue in the north,
Uh huh.
can we also make a note to reach out to one of my contacts, Mortic Ramfoot?
Yeah,
Let
we
the
could definitely
girl
do that.
know that there's a bunch of stuff in the north that needs killing.
Mm.
Needs killing.
We can see. Yeah, you can definitely contact him, and you can see if you can get some kind of meeting made.
God, I haven't talked to Mortic in a minute.
It has been a minute.
Anything else? And then we can reorder them.
It's
Probably
only
get
8
Talk
things.
Ken Junior back in the party. What happened to them?
So Taken is doing his own thing.
Yeah.
She's with what's his face?
We
Fire
should
guy.
meet up with him
Ardor.
and like talk about dragons at some point.
I thought they were in like a.
I was
thought they were in a
also
different-
going
They are with
Yeah.
Nemurians at the moment. They were using
That's right.
the Astral Dreadnought as a writing
Yeah.
canvas for their ideas on how they were going to bring the metallic dragons back.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
ain't
put
gonna
on
see
a
that
little,
for a
little side.
while.
Little side
I mean,
quest.
you-
We ain't
you-
gonna see that for
you-
a while.
Side quests. We don't have time for.
Side quest. I'm out of here.
You can literally. I mean, if one of you can cast Sending, you can literally talk to him whenever you feel like. So,
Whoa. What do I got? A multi-class to get sending?
I'm pretty sure that somebody has the ability, at least, to cast Sending, whether they have it in their kit or not. I believe that we have it as a party.
I can talk
I'm
to
pretty sure
Nemurian,
Bard
but
has
you mean
sending.
Taken, right?
Yeah.
I do, but they're in the same space, so you could at least
Well,
let
that's
them know that you are like looking to converse with them.
I have access to Sending, and so does Jessica. It's a
Whoa.
Bard, Cleric, and Wizard spell.
And I just have it's like I don't know, a magical sending stone just to Nemurian, then it doesn't have any kind of limit. So
Right. Yes, you could speak to him
with him.
indefinitely.
anytime.
Yes.
Yeah. So specifically to him is all I.
Yes, exactly.
But that could be helpful.
It could.
I feel like we also need to have like stop and get a dozen eggs and some milk on the
Oh, everybody needs an incendiary spell thing. Yeah, we need one of the or whatever it's called. Disintegrate.
Oh, yeah. Literally everybody just buys a scroll of Disintegrate. Never see that spell again.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that I've done this. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, y'all don't need that ever.
Yeah, no, I used it 3 times before you guys were like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a problem.
We're nice enough to let us have our brand new party member have.
Yes. Yes, I should have had you roll for it, but it was pretty dire straits, so.
Yeah, we really were like, we did it.
All right. Anything else?
I'm sorry, just
I feel
that
like
giant
there's more.
spell scroll
Yeah.
of Disintegrate. It's like.
Is this what we need to complete
He's-
in order then?
No,
No,
not
it's
yet.
I don't
not
know
in
about
order.
order.
I
can
know
change
you
the
missed
order at
that.
any
Matt.
point.
You missed that. We-
Yeah, I can delete the numbers. We don't need
Is-
those.
Dead army
But also-
in the dead forest. That's where we
It
need
might
the heart.
change.
It might.
Or
Yeah,
there's something else to this.
we'll need a great worm heart, and I
Do we
can't
need the
remember. I didn't
sword
put it in my
before?
notes, but I can't remember. Was Rock Shaladon in the process of becoming a great worm?
So, when you were closing the astral convergence, whatever occurred to make this happen, you're not sure. But it did zero in on Tasmere as she was like, like there was this dais of obsidian, which I believe that Snack had seen previously. the last one just got me, sorry.
At least this part.
At least that part.
Well, no, it's multiple parts of it because it's destroy Tasmere and then it's win D&D.
Yeah.
And then make
That was
Doran
my
happy
favorite
question
part.
mark.
Make Doran happy.
I love it. Okay, anyway. you had seen briefly that, like, Rock Shalodon as a normal dragon had been on top of this obsidian dais, and then watched as just like multiple versions of Rock Shalodon all converged into one singular point. And all of a sudden, he was much larger than even Tasmere was. So yes, he has finished the process of becoming a Great Worm.
So that might be the heart we need to cut out.
You do know.
What is this?
You do know that. What's her name? Alaral is technically a Great Worm. She is, of course, a Dracolich now, so you don't know whether the heart would have the same effect or not. But yeah, there you have it.
I just don't want to have another run-in with that dragon.
Yeah, just to put this out there, she was a white dragon, which is the lowest on this scale of chromatic dragon. Like,
They dummies.
Yeah.
their challenge that they bring to you is the lowest on the chromatic draconic scale. Rock Shalodon would be the highest on that scale.
Cool.
Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll end up amongst the stars.
We're gonna end up somewhere.
Yeah, I'd say it's apt to say that you might become Stardust if you fight a red Great Worm.
Cool. All right. So, what order do we want to put these in, folks? Where do we want to go?
Vampire
We need-
first.
We,
Oh,
and we
vampire-
need the
Vampires
heart
first.
before the dead army thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll need to.
And do we
Creed
need Creed
Guild.
and the sword before we get the heart?
All right, moving on
You
to
don't.
shit.
So I will say,
I'm not saying you have to have the
you
sword
don't
to get
need it.
Yeah.
but it is an
erase that
option,
chat
and
with
it is
the
a
other one.
good one. I'll rephrase. It's not a good one, but it will up your chances of being able to kill these dragons.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what I was.
Gonna kill Ishmael, but you know, for the cause.
For the cause.
I might kill you guys. You never know.
Uncomfortable silence.
I was like, wait, what? Why is he killing us?
What a twist.
What-
Yeah,
what?
whatever
Do
it,
we want?
whatever it
well,
takes, so he doesn't die.
Yeah, you were gonna say whatever it takes. And he can have all the goodies. He wants the sword.
Do we want to go to the 10th district before we do Vasul, or do we need Vasul for that?
I think we need Fossil for that.
Okay. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this.
For sure, you were gonna write in the list, guilds. What did he say? Nuts up or nuts out? Or something?
We should
Yeah.
Not a
go back and
They need to nut up and deal with
They need
this.
to nut up. I'm like, okay.
we should try to like complete the Clint quest. Maybe first, like go back
Chat
to
with
the
the
tent,
Demir.
talk to your people.
Mhm.
Oh, yes,
what?
because there's information there.
I talked with the Demir because that will finish basically the quest line for Clint.
That quest.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that'd be like quick
We
and
can
dirty.
chat
and
with
then
the
we go.
Demir when we're
Out
back in the
there.
10th district.
Yeah.
But yeah, vampire first, then those two can be together, basically.
Ooh,
Oh, not that together.
Can you erase this
Okay,
drawing thing?
yes.
I wasn't able to do it.
there's that, and then I'll get the yellow one or try to. Ooh, that's gonna grab a lot of them. Ooh, that's not good.
Here, I can move this. I can move this shit. Is that better?
Oh, what the? Why?
Is this
This
better?
is why I
Is
hate
everything-
drawings. Okay, yes.
Oh.
I tried to control Z it, but it
Sorry,
just didn't want to go.
And so, and it's not really a problem. It's just that like,
It's
it has a
so much
really,
fun.
and I get it, But that's why I like to go up and just hit clear drawings. Right now I can't do that.
It would
Right.
take all of
It would.
Yeah, that's-
Um,
AJ'd be like,
but when it's drawn, like not even like circles that are not even drawn, they're like just generated.
Yeah.
They suck.
But can I undo my own stuff? Like, can I?
So I would advise not hitting Control Z. There's it can do some very
Is there
funky
another way
things.
to erase other than that?
No,
I
not really.
know who made this square, but I can't move it.
Yeah, I can't move it either. I don't know who did it.
Oh,
wasn't me.
I mean, I can get rid of it, and then you can just copy the ones that you
Oh,
did that
yeah,
you
that's
know
And
are
we
good.
got an extra chat with Demir objective.
Somebody's moving. Oh, somebody's moving it. No, I don't. It's gone now.
I thought.
No.
Trying to get it so that you can.
What this?
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, I won't move
and
that
then
one because you guys are still. You don't know what it
Angela,
is.
you'll need to move your
We got,
checks.
yeah, your
Or,
check marks gotta get out
delete
of
your
here.
checks.
That's what I was asking. How do I delete them? And he said, "Don't do it." So that's what. Is there? a
Oh,
way?
the yellow ones. I mean,
Or you could just click on them and press delete. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was
Okay.
asking.
oh, I
Do
thought
it.
you were asking something completely different. Sorry.
Oh no, I was like, can I take care of my little?
Yes, you can click on them and delete them. Yes, sorry.
Okay. That's
Are we satisfied with this order? And are we
there's
forgetting
one more.
anything now that we're looking at it like this?
I mean, plead with the guilds should come before the chat with the Demir.
Oh, I thought somebody said that it was gonna be.
If Save
Sorry.
Amandra and Kill the Crow are going to be on the same level, then
yeah, that's
pleading
true.
should come first.
Okay.
But we could level up.
Are you saying the chat with the Demir finishes the quest
Oh,
line, and so
would
you would gain a
finish the
milestone for
quest.
doing it?
Fuck yeah,
I feel like Lauren usually gives us to it after the fight, not at the end of the quest line.
Most likely, that would be the case. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm sorry.
In D&D, you can study magic your entire life, but if you don't go out and start firebolting some
Yep.
goblins, you're
Yeah.
never going to get strong.
Which I do plan on changing that when next we, start a campaign out. But for now, y'all are just gonna have to do it the old grisly, murdery way.
Battley way.
Yay,
Mhm.
murder.
See, oh God, we need.
I would like to go back to level 1 and kill 1,000,000 boars to level up.
You can literally do that, but so here's the thing: the way I do milestones, you couldn't really do that, cause you gotta clear the floor of a dungeon, or you gotta kill a boss to basically ascend yourself.
We could do dungeon diving. We've only done that once in this game.
I mean, technically, you've done it more than that.
There were hydras
but-
there. I don't want to ever do that again.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about the time we ran into the bug things.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing, but you also did it when you went down beneath the city. That's a dungeon. You also did it when you went into the walls of the.
That was a dungeon.
That was a dungeon as well. You also did it when you entered the walls of the Chamber of the Guild Pact, which is where y'all met Apple. You've done it several times. It's just not the, this is definitely a dungeon that people know about. It's more of a, this is something that was made.
Underground.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not we're gonna fight mobs. We know it's, yeah.
All right. So, is this clear enough for us? And does it feel as though it is in the correct order?
The only thing that I will say that you could put on there, and not that you have to, is that Jakesh has said that he would basically parlay with you all, and he has given you a stone to enter his domain. There is that as well.
Jakesh?
He is the green dragon.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was the one
shit.
who was
Yeah, we should
slumbering
probably
in
do
my
that.
head.
I don't know how to spell that. How do you spell his name?
Jixesh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. Is that fair?
It's close.
Damn it.
That is close. Amandra.
Shut up.
Where
Where do we want to pop this on the? Or do we want to pop this in here?
I mean, it's up to you guys. If you guys don't even have to do it. It's like an optional thing, but it's
I think that's
there.
a pretty damn good idea.
I think that's also worth putting up on the list. Yeah.
Here, or do we want to do that like now, or do we want to give Vasul back?
We stay on the current course. I'm in agreement with Steven on that. Of like, let's just keep the course with the vampire. Focus on that first.
Yeah.
And even then, the vampire was a sidetrack from the Klimt thing, but also not.
Yeah.
I also want to know if, when we get Vasul back, does that mean we have to lose Jessica?
No, Matt just has to play 2 characters.
Because
obviously.
that's very important to know.
Yes.
I was
The
just
answer is
gonna say
yes.
We need a quest on there too, whatever that is.
Okay, so maybe the answer isn't yes, but the answer is that yes, Matt has to decide whether he wants to continue playing Vasul or he wants to continue playing Jessica.
And then eventually we'll get Ardor back as well, and Isaiah has to play 2 characters.
Yeah.
And then
There was a
And then we're
part
gonna
of me
get-
that was wondering if it might be prudent to send Aboff on a offshoot task at some point, like to cover ground.
oh, you
in
mean
some of
splitting
these-
the party?
No, I'm saying like I would swap Ardor in, because he has
Oh,
access to the spell
Oh.
Disintegrate.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. That's one of the main reasons.
interesting.
That's literally what I was bribing for. I was like, can you just have Ardor be the Deus Ex Machina of this?
That'd be cool.
Just appears,
then-
bang, just leaves.
So Ardor comes back,
Disintegrate.
Jessica will stay, and Vasul will be here. We're gonna get Taken. We're gonna get Junior. We're gonna have the cat. We're gonna have the dog. We're gonna have the
The
T-Rex.
yeah,
We're gonna have a
all of-
cat. We're gonna have a dog.
I know I didn't even name them.
We're gonna have an owl. These all have names, but are they coming to me right now? No.
Hoots? Little Hoots?
Yeah, Lil. Excuse you, Angela.
Little Hoots.
Lil Hoots.
Little
with a
Hoots.
Z.
Lil Hoots. Also, y'all don't know where Lil Hoots went because guess what? He was actually an archfey that helped you all get the fuck out of the Alderel situation.
That's right.
And we were like,
Thank
what?
God we
What
got
about
that bird.
Little Hoots?
Thank God. Good times. Good
Oh yeah.
times.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty
So-
that's a pretty good list.
For those,
though.
for the folks listening at home, does someone want to read off the list to us in a nice, complete fashion?
Sure.
I feel like I've done a lot of
Our
talking.
list of objectives. We have one already checked off. Close the convergence. That little world-threatening scenario has been dealt with.
If you got to this point in the video, go ahead and leave us an applause emoji.
Our current objective is Vampire save Vasul. Don't forget about Rex in Pokeball. So we'll be continuing.
I gotta
on
be
that
like a
path.
subledger, but yeah.
And then from there, we'll be doing some chatting with different individuals, Jixesh, the guilds, the Demir, all that. And then we'll go save Amandra. Which will be great. Then we have to collect a Great Worm Heart, deal with a dead army in the dead forest, which is so much death. Find the
There's
creed
some ritual
and retrieve the
involved.
sword. And then use that sword in the fight against Tasmare. Destroy Tasmare, win D&D. Make Torin happy?
Thank you so much for the inflection.
With the smiley face.
With the smiley
Yeah,
face.
Move the smiley face next to Torin Happy.
Right. Yeah. Because that's me happy.
Or wait,
I'd like to point out, how long have we been playing? And we've checked off one thing.
Well,
Hey,
So
We didn't
there's
include
multiple
the other
things. Like
things.
you could say like you
know.
defeated the Kindred King, you saved
I
your
know,
brother.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of things you could put on there, but then the list would be the entire page.
I know.
yeah.
I
We,
no,
know.
no, the
we
close the
killed Clint.
You have some more
Yeah,
check marks.
the
though.
close the convergence tick is just because it was a world-threatening event,
It
Yeah.
was, yes.
and a lot of
It's
these
true.
things are like sub-objectives of other world-threatening
Yeah, huh?
events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
If
we
wanted
should
to, I could
add-
move them to like sub ledgers or whatever, but it's
Why are there more
precedent
faces?
there.
Anyways, Steven,
'Cause
you
we're
were saying
not
something.
sure how you'll feel.
Yeah, they're describing your emotions right
I
here.
was
It could be
thinking we
happy,
should
it could be
add-
sad. You
It's a
could
roller
not have a face
coaster.
at all. You could lose an eye. Oh, never
Okay,
mind.
Right.
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Reel it in. Steven, you were saying.
I was saying we should add murder Clint in bold underline on the top, exclamation point, and cross that off too.
Would you like me to add that on there, Emma?
We want to see
Could
them
we
all
instead
dead.
put it as take out the trash so that we don't have to look
Yeah.
at his
Oh, I
name
like that better.
constantly?
That's great,
Somebody
actually.
draw a trash can right here.
Yes.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
I got
Absolutely.
I got it.
Trash can.
Just a picture of a trash can.
I could. You know what? Let's look at.
And
Let's
then
see.
next to it. Oh, okay.
Describe it to me.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, not bad, not
Ooh,
bad.
that
Right,
looks
I
good.
got it. That's a
Oh,
deal.
Hold on,
there's
hold
the
on. Is he
lid.
gonna draw the? Hold on, wait.
I mean,
Oh.
Oscar the Grouch could pop right out of that thing.
Nice.
Nice.
There's a little dents,
Nice.
couple dents.
Yes. It
Sure,
definitely has
sure.
dents.
Of
Sure.
course, the image I'm dragging in won't show up until the next time we meet. But whatever.
Oh.
Oh.
It'll be another trash can.
And then stinky
Oh,
lines.
stinky. Yeah, totally. Green stinky. That's really good.
And then draw a trash bag, and then Ezra kicking it.
I don't know if I can draw Ezra.
Yeah,
kidding, I'm
that would
kidding.
be pretty involved. But the can. That's a good can.
We took out the trash.
We did.
Hell yeah!
We did.
Super stinky.
All right. Nice.
Oh,
Well, this
yeah.
is nice. We have like a plan. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Feels
like
good.
a-
Yeah.
man.
A series of steps to set things in motion.
Not gonna lie, I was feeling lost for a while.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Like, what we were doing.
Just
What are we
roving from
doing?
one thing to the other.
We're just flailing around.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
I
that's
think
what
that's
most of this
normal.
campaign has been, is a utter chaos, which, I think makes perfect sense because there's like a 4 different guilds amongst you all, as well as like people who are not in guilds, and you're all just trying to, oh, there's this thing, and like trying
Trying to
to,
do some good in the world.
uh-huh.
Before we ended, did we want to do legend lore with Snack?
Yeah, is there anything you want right now to do legend lore on?
Yeah.
The sword.
Yes. My brain just told you.
Okay, I hear your brain. You cast legend lore on Seer Toll, the Veiled Bane. And I'm gonna need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, where'd my... Oh, I have to open it again. Let me open up my...
+5.
This can also be intelligence. Sorry. If you wanted, it can be either of
I
these.
so want it to be intelligent.
Then do that.
Okay.
Can your side eye go to saving throws?
Oh man. Hint, hint. Let me see. I thought it was skills, but let me look. Requires you to use it. I will not regain.
Also, somebody could have given you a special little bardic inspiration.
I did. Did
You did?
hear me?
I did not hear it.
I
Oh, I
did.
did- yeah, I
say it. I didn't say it. I'm gaslighting.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gaslighting.
I was like, I
You son of a...
No. What?
It
No,
says-
I did all along. But also, yes, I
I
did.
can give her enhance ability.
Yeah.
I'm fine with any of
But
these
she has
scenarios.
Okay.
+5 in my aura too.
Because you get
She's next to me.
you get
I'm hanging out.
advantage on your
I've allowed you guys to retcon before. I'll allow it again. It's fine.
Yeah, so
My
you said
bardic
intelligence?
inspiration's a D10.
And my
Sounds-
fox's cunning gives you advantage on intelligence.
Okay, so you can roll intelligence save again, and you can add a d10 to it.
Oh, both?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, take the higher of. Oh yeah, take the higher of
Nice.
the rolls.
Well, that wasn't good.
That was
that
awful,
didn't help you.
actually.
Well, if
That's-
all I was
that's
looking
the
for was a
D10.
20, but I don't think so. Okay, here. And
That's
then I'm
the-
going to roll, you said one more?
Go ahead, roll a d20. Yeah, another intelligence save essentially. So
Yes, that's what I'm, yeah.
okay, there you go. That's 32.
Yeah.
With that one, you are definitely safe. So what you learn first, and the reason you had to make a save at all, you hear what sounds like 10,000 screams ripping through your head. Because this sword was forged by the souls of everyone who lived underneath Tasmere. Because after the fall of her domain, essentially, her empire, they started acting like she wasn't a good enough leader because she was no longer presenting a utopia for them to live in. And so in her sorrow and ire, she, with the last of her magic ability, turned them all into one sword, chaining them all to suffer within the blade for eternity. That was the last of her magic, used for forging this blade. Now, the ire of these people has come forth into the blade. And there are multiple things that you get. And we'll just do this in complete game terms. This sword, for one, and actually, you know what? I'm going to give you all access. Show to players. Yes. And then I'm going to make it so this is no longer in the GM layer, because if you guys got it and hadn't already done this, then you would not have known, but that's fine.
So we'll be able to see this later then?
Yeah.
Like it'll be in
Yeah, it should already, yes, it should be already there, but I'm going to save changes real quick. And so, yes. If Legend Lore...
shit.
Yeah, so, Dragon Spite. Despite its rusted and broken appearance, this sword slices through flesh like a hot knife through butter. You score a critical strike on an 18 through 20 with this weapon, and it deals an extra 68, or d10, depending on how you're holding it, of slashing damage for the critical. If used against dragons or dragonkin, you deal an extra 68 or d10 of slashing damage on any successful strike. Slashing damage dealt by Seer Toll cannot be resisted in any capacity, immunity included. If Legend Lore is cast and you succeed a DC 20 Wisdom saving throw, which you just did, you also gain resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, and poison damage. Any ability check or saving throw made against effects caused by dragons you have advantage against. Attempting to use any other weapon while carrying Seer Toll results in disadvantage with the weapon that is not Seer Toll. Every round you hold the weapon, which that happened to Creed, if you remember. Every round, which was not good for him because he was a gunslinger. So, every round you hold the weapon, it becomes more attached to you. Make a wisdom saving throw at the end of each turn, DC 15. On 3 fails, you are entangled by the weapon, and in 9 days you will succumb to the sword. If you succeed 3 times, you may drop the sword. If you decide not to drop it and touch the sword again within your lifetime, the previous effect will take place. Nothing short of a wish spell can alter this fate, and even then, a DC 25 wisdom save must be succeeded on the caster's part in order for the wish to take effect. The chains are a little bit complicated, just like the rest of my magical items. Sorry.
That's okay.
You cannot deal non-lethal damage with Seer Toll. Any creature brought to 0 hit points by the blade is immediately killed by it. Whenever a creature is killed by this blade, you receive 30 temporary hit points, and chains erupt from a dark crimson pool that used to be the corpse of the creature slain. The chains that tangle around your arms roll 1d6 for the amount of chains that spring up. You can only ever be holding 12 chains on your person at any given time. If you have chains on your person by the end of your next turn, you take 1d6 of bludgeoning damage for each chain. Each time you hit a creature, you can expend one or more chains that bind and constrict your enemy. Each chain deals 1d10 bludgeoning damage. The creature bound must make a DC 16 strength save. Every extra chain adds a +2 to the DC. If the creature fails this save, they are restrained and have a -10 penalty to an ability score of your choice. This affects any ability or save tied to that score. At the end of the creature's turn, a chain falls from them and they may repeat the saving throw, ending it on a success. Once per day, recharging at midnight, you can absorb a dragon's breath weapon. When doing so, you can store this weapon for 9 days. If stored, the absorption feature cannot be used again until the previous breath weapon is released or expires. Once released, you use the dragon's DC and damage roll in the specified area of the dragon's breath. No dragon is resistant to or immune to the damage this stored breath weapon deals. This weapon has been infused with such malice and ill content that almost nothing can destroy it. Only a god can destroy this weapon after casting a wish spell for 100 years on the item. That is it. That's all.
What the hell? What level did you give this to them at?
So it was sitting within a singular dais. It was in the Kindred Caverns. You wouldn't have known that all of this was happening until a Legend Lore cast upon it. And I don't think it would have really done all of this until that had happened, until the knowledge was learned.
Creed learned the hard way why you don't touch the sword in the dais.
That's
Mhm.
true.
So what did you get this to as then, like a +2 sword or
He
something?
didn't.
Yeah, so Dragon Spite was the only thing that they knew about, and it wasn't quite that potent yet.
Wow.
It seemed that the blade itself was waking up, and now that it has found a host and been on their person for long enough, it has now fully, realized its potential because it, had somebody to suck the life force out of, essentially.
So we're also going to need to decide who's going to hold this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to be attached to you.
Right.
Junior.
Throwaway character.
Oh. I am Groot.
Groot.
Oh boy.
Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, that's probably a serious question we're gonna have to ask ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back in 21.
Yeah.
When that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
It's
Just
3
just
years.
saying.
It
Yeah.
was a time before Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed
It
it
was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think they were level. Weren't you guys level?
9.
I thought so. I thought it was 9.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The crazy part to me is I have a group of 3 people who meet, and we meet not even close to as regularly as we do. And they all are level 14. Because there's 3 people, not, 8. Plus all of your familiars that I give you because I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Yay,
Guys, we really need to hit level 16.
Don't
before we
bring
reach the
Umber into this.
I did, but I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna get rid of him. He's still there.
Oh, wait.
I
Wait.
love that
Torin,
puppy
Yeah.
cow.
could I make a deal with Vakshasa, or whatever his name is?
Who?
The T-Rex.
Oh,
No, the
Hazax, the Lich King.
Yeah.
What deal do you want to make?
He's got to get his wording right for the genie.
So, with the order of operations as we've kind of laid them out, I fear that I will not have the strength I need to exact a certain amount of vengeance that I desire. I was wondering if he would have the power to grant me a feat.
What feat would you wish to partake?
My foe is a powerful magic wielder, and I would like the reflex to make him ineffective. I desire the Mage Slayer feat.
I figured.
I don't think we're going to hit level 16 before we get to him, so I'm thinking maybe I can make a deal with the Lich.
Are you sure that you don't want to ask to have 4 feet?
That you don't
Imagine
want to
how
be a
fast you'd
centaur?
be. Yeah, imagine how fast you would be.
No.
It would add another 10 feet to your movement. No, I'll just put that out there.
Oh.
Does Mage Slayer give movement speed?
No. Having 4
you
feet
wish
would
for more
have.
feet.
Like if you're a centaur,
Oh, I
your
see.
your starting base speed is 40 feet.
I was like, I didn't think that was part of that feat.
No. It's
no,
not.
No, if you chose to get more feet instead of a feet.
Oh.
Steven's laughing right now.
All right. You were looking for the Mage Slayer feat.
I absolutely was laughing.
So glad to hear that.
I feel like I'd be willing to pay at least some measure of a price, as this is tied to one of my bonds.
If you wanted to seek this course of retribution out, I would be taking a third of your lifespan.
Ooh, that's a steep price.
Damn, that's hefty.
That's a steep price.
So is a
10
feat. Like literally
10 minutes cost me 10 years.
it did. And getting a feat, which is only something you can do within like 4 times in your lifetime.
God, we just
The
gotta-
price is a
We gotta
third.
get so many milestones, guys. I
Imagine,
gotta hit level 16.
or you could have 2 more feet and 10 more feet of movement. I'm not gonna drop it until you say no.
So
Just to humor Apple, what would that cost me?
Would you be trying to
No. I'm happy the way I am. I'm not even gonna humor it. don't take that too seriously.
Okay. All right.
My curiosity wanted to know, but I'm not gonna waste your time.
you could ask Torrid as a sidebar. Like, what would it?
I mean, to change your race from being
No, just if you had 4 legs, like as a
Just
as a
4
humanoid,
legs.
You,
like
yeah,
with
Squidward,
4
like Squidward. If you walked like Squidward.
considering how much of a mutation that might be, I don't think that it would actually grant what you are looking for it to grant.
He's already a Simic hybrid.
True, he'd be,
I could-
be more
I-
hybrid.
I could replace your legs with 4 legs, and then it might do what you're thinking it will.
No, that's fine.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, we need 8 more milestones then to get there. That's a lot.
Ugh.
Torrin gives them out sparingly.
I do, for reasons.
I mean, we could always move shit around on the list to make it later.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sacrifice your age, Abraham.
What
Nobody
if
cares
I...
how old you are.
Just to let y'all know, there are portions of what I have planned that will get you a lot of milestones.
Yeah, there's a chance we get there. I really hope we get there.
Yeah.
Because that would be deeply satisfying.
Of course.
But yeah. Anyways, it is like 10:30.
It is.
Yeah, I've got a staff meeting like
Understood.
first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Understood.
Like fuck my life.
Yes,
or
yes.
whatever.
We can convene when next we meet our heroes, and you guys can figure out exactly what you want to do. But at least we have a list now of what you can be doing. So let me get
Thank you,
this
AJ.
back.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for everybody for helping.
Yes, put that list back on. so
I
we're ready.
most certainly. I'll put it right in the I'll focus ping us when next we meet. But yes.
Yep.
Yay.
And then we have to take a tally on how we think you're gonna feel when we check off that list.
So
I've made some
this
options.
this is going to be very interesting because I plan for the final encounter to be very option based. So I'm
Oh,
curious.
Interesting.
It's a multi
Spoilers.
answer questions.
Don't
Choose
give
your
away
I think
own
any
ending.
way
Spoilers,
that you
Choose your
guys
own death.
I think any way you guys spring this into action, it'll be interesting to follow through with it. There's a way I want it to go, but it is what it is. Either way.
I feel like we just somersaulted our way back into another like world-threatening event. Like we just keep walking into them.
I mean, you guys could have gone without knowing about this completely. But it was always kind of like on the horizon. Ever since you met Alaral, you started to learn about it.
Until next time.
Don't. Or do. I guess I don't care. But it would be weird.
Oh my god. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Thank you all. And I hope you have a very, very good night. I will see you when next we meet here in Rabbit.
Friday next week.
Oh.
Yes.
On Friday the 13th.
Ah, yes. What perfect timing.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Oh,
sure it will be
no.
a very fortunate session.
Oh
I look out for
no.
Maple's dice rolls.
Honestly.
Oh shit. We've also got D&D twice this weekend, Denny.
Yeah, I needed to do
Oh, yeah.
something with that.
I forgot about that. Ugh, it's busy.
Good luck.